What is the best business to start to make money online? Start making money online as fast as you can, and hopefully build a life where you can get some savings up. Well, in today's episode, I'm going to be sharing my opinions on this topic with you guys. And at this point, a lot of you may be wondering, who is this guy? A lot of you guys may be starting to click off. I'm going to share with you who I am and what I do and what I've done. So, I'm 21. My name is Aaron. That's how I pronounce it. And I, over the past 8 years, have done a lot of stuff. So I started the concept of looking into making money online when I was only 13. That's when I started my very first YouTube channel around gaming. A lot of the videos on there initially flopped, but eventually I started making upwards of £2,000 a month. Eventually that channel died off and I built another one. That channel started making upwards of £2,000 a month again. That's my experience with those things. So that's YouTube. I've done YouTube videos and now I'm doing YouTube again. This channel even makes money. Yes, it's not what I'm going to be sharing with you guys as the episode, but it's one example. I have done a lot of reselling businesses from a young age, and I think these are great. I've done eBay reselling, I've done eBay dropshipping, I've done Amazon reselling, I've done Etsy reselling, I've done Shopify reselling, I've done Facebook Marketplace reselling, and I've also done dropshipping on all of the aforementioned platforms. So I've got a lot of experience with reselling. I have invested in the stock market and seen big wins and big losses. I've tried selling services on Fiverr as well. So basically like an online service platform. That is the length and breadth of my experience. Oh, and also I've done blogs, like written blogs. So that's the length and breadth of my experience. A lot of you guys at this point can click off if you don't think I have enough experience to tell you guys. Maybe you think I'm too young, maybe you don't want to try. Right, but for those of you who will watch this video irrespective of age, watch this video based on results. And by the way, guys, if you want to see proof, look at the video that I filmed around about 2 weeks ago when I was in the hotel, where I spoke about how my sales have grown on eBay. Watch a lot of my videos where I've shown and documented the eBay journey. You guys can see the figures. So, that's all that I've done. Maybe it's not enough for you guys, maybe it is. What do I think is the best online business? Well, I'm going to give you the answer straight up. I think it's reselling and dropshipping, specifically on eBay. I'm going to expand onto why in a second, but if you wanted to just get the answer, 2 minutes 35 in, this video could be 5 to 10 minutes long. No, actually probably 10 to 15 minutes long. You can click off if that's all you wanted. Let me, though, if anybody else is going to stick around, explain why I think this is the best business. Now, like I say, this is a business that I've been most successful in scaling. My revenues have been about £8,300 last month. Profit margin around about £2,400. So of course that is a decent amount of money, and it's still growing, by the way. Why do I think this is the best business to start? Why do I think it's one of the easiest businesses to start? Well, let me explain this first. On all of the businesses that I've tried, you can make a lot more money probably than eBay reselling or dropshipping. For example, YouTube is unlimited potential, and it's significantly easier once you get going. And the trouble with a lot of businesses is they need a lot of time to get going. YouTube, I've been running this YouTube channel for well over a year. I've been making videos. We're only at 2,000 subscribers. My monthly revenue / profit on this is under £100 after 2 years. Now, once this gets going, it is a lot easier and a lot quicker. But you're going to basically put in a year or 2 or 3 of unpaid labor. And the same is true for a lot of blogs. The same is true for a lot of other content creation styles. And I know a lot of people are going to look to these internet videos or articles where this guy or this girl started a channel or whatever and made a lot of money in like a month. It can happen, but these are like the exception cases. Just assume that if you're going to get into content creation, you're looking at years. And yes, it can pay more. And also, as another source of income, it's a lot easier than other things. But it's a years-long adventure. And a lot of you guys are not comfortable. I've done this for years, YouTube, right? I've done YouTube for years. So I'm comfortable sitting here, spending hours a week making videos, knowing that I'm going to get no money in, because I know what the long-term goal is. A lot of you guys are not. You're going to want to see money fast. So, getting back to the actual grind and the actual points. Amazon is quite hard to sell on. Once you get established, Amazon is quite easy to understand, but we're talking about the easiest way to make money fast online. Amazon is very difficult to understand. There's a lot of barriers to entry. It can be done very easily, but at the same time, it's not the easiest platform. Etsy is a specialist marketplace. Unless you're selling wooden stuff that's generally handmade, not wooden, but like creative stuff, you're gonna get banned. This is just what happened to me. Facebook Marketplace, it's a bit more of a, you guys kind of get where I'm coming from. It's a bit, well, do you want to sell on there? You can have a lot of success, but you've got to know what you're doing and be comfortable. What other platforms can we talk about? I think that's generally all of them covered. So what I'm saying is this. With a lot of these platforms, there are potentials to make higher profits. No lie about it. No doubt about it. But the grind and the amount of time that comes before that is either a lot longer, or the learning process is a lot more steep, and the barriers to entry are a lot more steep. For instance, I believe Amazon in a lot of countries requires a monthly subscription. So that's money going out with no insurance of getting money back. eBay can be started for free. You can start an eBay account completely for free. Now, why do I recommend eBay reselling or dropshipping? Because you can do either. I've got a course on this, and I'm not necessarily trying to sell the course. A lot of people ask me if they can join the course and how they can get either consulting with me or lessons, or the link to the course or page is in the bio of my YouTube channel. So I'm not going to say any more on that than that. If you want to build a successful eBay store easier, yes, all of the information, I'm going to say this as well. All of the information in the course or page, even if it's in our one-to-one sessions, can be learnt online, probably for free. Doing it with me is going to help you to build a quicker revenue stream. You're going to have to spend a lot less time learning, and you can spend the time that you've got focusing on your business. So admittedly, if you want to do it the harder way, yes, that's fine. But if you want to pay a little bit more up front, I can teach you a lot of stuff. That's all I'm going to say in the Patreon course. Anyway, bar the fact that I have an invested stake, and I will admit that, both in teaching other people and running the business myself, what makes eBay so special? Well, number one, it's very, very easy to set up, and it's free. No monthly subscription required. You can get one if you want, you don't need it. Fees, even advertising fees, are taken out after your item sells. And this is a huge thing. When I was selling on Patreon, when I was selling on Shopify, you had to advertise before you sold anything, which meant that your outgoings could be £100 to £200 without any sign of getting anything back. And when you're working with a low startup cost, that's a big risk. eBay, the fees are taken out after the sales occur, which is great. So very easy to set up, low barrier to entry. Reselling or dropshipping, this is true for either. And also on top of that, there is a large marketplace. Now, a lot of you guys will say at this point, and a lot of you guys have said to me in the comments, well, if you've got an eBay business and a successful model, why are you jumping over to Amazon as well? eBay and Amazon. Why aren't you running your own Shopify store? And I'll tell you the answer right now. Because eBay and Amazon are a lot cheaper over the long haul. If you can build a brand, Shopify is the way to go. You'll be paying a lot less in fees, and you'll be a lot less regulated, which may sound like a bad thing, but that can actually be a good thing depending on how you look at it. But that's not the point of this video. So there's that. Shopify is for established brands. The reason why I stay on established sites is because you don't need an established brand. For example, you guys will feel comfortable spending thousands of pounds on the Apple website, or on, I don't know, the Ford website to spec up your new car and maybe pay a deposit, or on some hotel website because it's got an established brand. If I make a shop called, I don't know, Aaron's Hotels, where I give hotel deals, you'll probably be a lot more skeptical because you've not seen my ads on the TV. You don't know of your friend John who booked a hotel with me last month. So that's why setting up a brand is much more of a long process. I jump on eBay, Amazon, and other resale platforms because customers don't care about the stores, they care about the brand. No one thinks on eBay, maybe some people do, I bought it from, Aaron's particular shop. They think I bought an item from eBay. There's trust. So it makes it a lot easier to get sales. Another big thing is that you're exposed to a market straight away. Your items will get pushed to an audience straight away. If you set them up in the correct way, if you list them in the correct way, which I'm going to tell you how to do on Patreon, remember, you are going to get views. And if you get views, you're likely or more likely to get sales. It's much easier to get in. People always ask me, what is the catch to this business? And there is one. There are a few catches with any business, and especially people who have a course or a program will like to tell you that there aren't. I'm going to tell you, as someone who has a program, there are a lot of catches with eBay. Number one is that you're in the house of somebody else. And like I say, this is a benefit and a drawback. I'm just explaining why this is the best business model. I've explained why I think quite well. I'm going to just kind of summarize in a little bit. But the reasons why it's the best are, of course, like I say, low barrier to entry, established platform, no fees until after your items sell, easy to get into. Now, when you're in somebody else's house, as a negative, I'm going to say, yes, you do get all of the exposure and the brand identity, but also you have to play by their rules. So something that a lot of my clients get caught up on, and something that I have in the past been quite upset about, is eBay's fees. Now, like I say, when you compare it to something like Shopify, if you don't have a social media platform or marketing, you'll probably be paying a lot more in fees in terms of advertising. But let's just say this. You have to pay eBay's fees. You can't really go around it, right? They can charge what they want. It's their platform. You have to play by eBay's delivery systems. You have to play by eBay's rules of what you can and can't sell. This can be a big catch. This can be a big catch. And it's funny because a lot of the benefits and drawbacks are, they're both the same points. Because another one can be low barrier to entry. That can be a negative as well. It can create high competition. I've seen this before, right? Now, generally, once you're in an established niche, it can be mitigated by just maybe swapping out your items now and again, or just keeping on top of price points and styles. But this can be a negative. Number 3, I believe we're on, for a negative, is it is a more intensive business from the get-go. So, YouTube, for example, I can say YouTube is a year or 2 or 3 of unpaid labour, and it is. But the labour, really, you guys get what I mean, right? Yes, there are certain requirements, but take a channel like mine. I'm already at 2,000 subscribers. May seem small, may seem big. I make videos either in the woods or in my car. I sit here for an hour a day or every couple of days and maybe spend that amount of time just filming. It's not labour intensive. It's not hard. And again, on the channel pace that I've been running, you guys can make a 10-minute video every day, or 2 10-minute videos. That's 20 minutes a day every day of the week. That's how a YouTube channel grows. eBay is not like that. If you want to make people say, how have you made sales of 6,000, 8,000, maybe 10,000 this month, hopefully, or more? Because I'm grinding it, guys. 4 hours a day is my minimum. And I repeat that to kind of put it into perspective. So what you will gain in the ability to make money more quickly, you have to put in. I think YouTube is one of those platforms where you can't necessarily just, like, I can make like a maximum of 5-6 videos a day. There's not really much more benefit. eBay, there is a massive benefit for doing more work. I feel like, and I might be wrong, on YouTube you get to a point where people stop watching. Like, if I upload more than 10 videos a day, you guys aren't going to watch all of them. You've probably not got the time, right? Whereas eBay, you're selling very different items to very different clients. The more you can list a day is beneficial. So that can mean that the amount of work that you need to put in is more intensive. So do I still think that eBay is the best business to start? Yes. Like I say, it's very easy. You don't need to be a technical wizard. You don't need to have a large inventory. You can even start dropshipping. I've shown you guys how to do that on Patreon. So it's very, very easy to get into. But at the same time, it comes with its drawbacks. The reason why I recommend this business is because you can, and all of my clients who have worked with me within 2 months, maybe one of you guys will be the client who I fail on. But all of the clients who have worked with me and taken this seriously, a lot of people join and they don't join the sessions, or they don't give me a message. Send me a message if you join. Send me a message. I'll try to reach out to you, but if I don't, be proactive, reach out to me. So everyone who's reached out to me and taken it seriously and has joined the sessions and has asked for help and who we've set out a program for as to what they need to do per week has made a lot of money, or a decent amount of money, at least $100, right? Would you guys not like an extra $100 profit? I would. £100. Would you not like an extra £100? Even if that's all you get. Let's say you were to join a course like mine at the tier of £35 a month. I believe that's what it is. So that's your net costs. Everything else is free to set up. You're profiting like what? 60, 70 pounds or dollars. So this is my point. What was my point again? My point again is this. Right, I nearly lost it there. Yeah, a lot of these businesses are going to be easier to run. Amazon and eBay and Etsy, any reselling business is basically equally as difficult. Dropshipping makes it a hell of a lot easier, but they're equally as difficult. All of them are, in my experience. YouTubes, blogs, stock market investments are generally a lot easier to manage and run. But think about it. To invest in the markets, you need capital, you need cash. So that's already written off. To build a YouTube channel, you need time. A lot of you guys are probably working full time, so you don't have as much time. If you could go part time, you could spend more time working on your projects, and getting money in straight away will help you with that. So my point is this, to just cut a long story short. Long term, I don't think eBay is the strongest business as itself. There are a lot of drawbacks to it, and that is the case. So, for me, as I've said before, I made a video about this a couple of days ago. What is the best business to beat the cost of living crisis? There isn't one. There are a few. But a lot of you guys are not at the point that I am at, and I don't say that to brag. If I'm making a Patreon page, a kind of course to educate people, you'd like to hope that I'm at a more advanced point. It'd be worrying if I wasn't. So, a lot of you guys are not where I am at now. At where I am at now, I'm looking to diversify my income streams, because my main income streams are online and running my own business. So I'm looking to build an Amazon, other streams, right? If you don't have any money coming in from online, you need to find the easiest way to make it, and as quickly as possible. I think eBay is that. Then, think about it, right? If you had an extra £1,000 or dollars coming in a month that you could just either put aside or use to cover your expenses so that you can work one day less a week, for example, you're then in a position where it's a bit different. And then you can start to scale into Amazon, which has a slightly higher barrier to entry or upfront costs. Or you can start advertising your own Shopify, or you can spend time making videos. But a lot of you guys, and it's not necessarily your fault, if you don't see results in the first month, 2 months, you're gonna quit. And I know that, and you know that. We both know it's true. Let's not lie, bro. So if you're gonna quit any business that's relatively hard, make money as easy as possible. Make money as quickly as possible. Let's think about a business that's gonna get you from point A, no money coming in, to at least one sale. £10 profit, $10 profit online. Probably for a lot of you guys, it'll be your first time making money online. And yeah, £10 is nothing. It's not even going to cover, might not even cover your internet bill for the month at this point. But hear me out on the actual argument of this. A lot of my guys who make sales for the first time, that first sale, even if it's only $5 profit, $10 profit, some of the guys, it's even less, right? And you might say, well, why bother? You guys, if you got that mindset, you're not thinking right in the first place. But think about it, right? Even if you guys are breaking neutral, a lot of people, that's their first step to thinking, oh, I can do things differently, right? One sale is enough to spark the imagination. So here's my point. When you get past beginner level, and for a lot of you guys, beginner level is going to be anything below $1,000 a month, anything below making sales, anything below an established business. When you're in intermediate or advanced, then you can think about both scaling your current business and moving into other platforms. Trying to do multiple businesses as a beginner for the first time is like trying to learn 6 languages at once, or 3 languages. If you can speak English and you want to learn French and Mandarin, don't learn them both at the same time. You're just going to get confused. Get good at Mandarin or French, then do the other one, right? Same thing with business, in my humble opinion. Don't move into 3 businesses at once. Do one, do it well, and then you can take that, and then that's a beautiful thing. You can take that money and you can invest it into the markets, or you can take that money and use it for something to grow your business or grow your wealth or create another income stream. So that's my humble opinion, right? eBay is, I think, the easiest business. Is it the most profitable? Possibly not. Is it got a more high level of work required? Definitely. Would I still recommend it to any beginners? Yes. In my experience, and I outlined my experience in the first 3 minutes of this video, I have not dealt with a business that's easier to start, less barrier to entry. I've not seen any other business, maybe I don't know enough. You know, maybe I'm just arrogant and naive or ignorant. But in my 8 years of doing different businesses, I've never tried anything that you can make money so quickly and easily as both eBay, A, reselling, or B, dropshipping. Which one you choose to do, the choice is yours. And again, if you want to join my Patreon, we can tailor that to you. But I would recommend eBay. I think it's the easiest way to start making some money and start to just get a concept of online business. You guys don't, this is a funny thing as well. I'm going to make this my last point. A lot of you guys do not want to go to making 100k a month straight away. And I know you think you do, you don't. You'll miss out a lot in the process. And as someone who's gone from making 2 months ago, because bear in mind, I've got a full video on this. It's a very different story. I let my eBay account kind of slip and slide and decline. 2 months ago, I might have been making like £3,000-4,000 revenue. To someone who's now making about 10k in revenue, 8 to 10k, you do not want to go from 0 to 100 straight away. Any money coming in is going to be good for you guys, and that's why I recommend eBay. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.